Everyone says this is one of the worst MCU movies, but I actually liked it more than Thor 1. This might be the most overhated movie we've watched yet. Professor Selvig, when he's like running around naked,
Yeah, that was funny.
hit someone with a hammer or kick them and they would fly through a building. That surprised me was how much she trusted him.
Do you think she would have been safer on Asgard though? Because
And then when she died, that's when he truly showed his
he
emotions.
crashed out.
I'm your host, Aaron Haig, and with me is...
Your other host, Libby Collins.
And welcome back to Forget the Critics, the podcast where I'm trying to turn my girlfriend into a nerd. Today, we are talking about Thor: The Dark World. Tell me your initial thoughts on it, because we haven't talked about this. We did watch it together, but...
Yeah, we agreed right after we watched it we weren't going to talk about anything until this very moment. I liked this a lot.
Me too.
And dare I say, I liked it better than Thor 1.
That's what I'm saying, and you're flaming me at the start, being like, no way you're about to say that.
No. That's not why I was flaming you.
Okay. Well, yeah, I agree. It's better than Thor 1, and we'll get into why it is. But also, I would like to mention that we are finally back in the studio, both of us.
Yeah, it feels good to be back, guys.
We haven't been here since, like, January, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's been way too long. But yeah, we like this movie a lot, which I guess is something crazy to say. I think this might be the most overhated movie we've watched yet, because, I mean, we've posted about The Incredible Hulk, we've posted about like Iron Man 2 and Iron Man... Oh, we haven't posted Iron Man 3 yet, but those movies are really hated on. But I think this one is like the most hated on. It's actually, I searched it up. It's number 32 out of 37.
That's where it's ranked?
Yes.
That's terrible.
I think number 37 is like one of the Ant-Man movies.
But who ranked it? That's just like an average, like they polled the public or something?
Rankings are critics and then also like fans. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it ranked that low. And I don't think it deserves that.
I don't either. I'll start off by saying that the humor in this movie once again continues to be awesome. Like when with all the stuff with the intern and the one girl's name, I forget who she was.
What is her name? I can't remember it either.
And then Mr. Selvig or Professor Selvig when he's like running around naked.
Yeah, that was funny. I think the humor seemed better than the first movie. Can I say that? Or see, it's been so long since we watched the first movie now that I kind of can't remember all the little things like that.
I know. But the first movie had Jane like running over Thor. Him, I mean, there was that bar scene where he was like, again. I don't know if
another.
I don't know if it was funnier than Thor 1, but I mean, it still had some good moments.
I'm gonna say it wasn't funnier than Thor 1.
Yeah,
but
I feel like I'm always watching it and I'm laughing, but then like when it comes to right now, I forget what was actually funny.
Yeah, me too.
I only know like a couple of things.
Like, I actually feel like I forget everything about the movie until you remind me of it. So
yeah, I feel that way too until I start typing. I'm like, oh wait, I remembered this. So that's pretty funny. So when it comes to this Thor movie, the reason why I really like these movies is because of the fact that they're gods, and because of that, they're super, super strong. And a lot of people don't really like to see, I know you mentioned this, but a lot of people don't like to see one character who's just overpowered and doesn't struggle. I kind of like when they're overpowered and don't really struggle. I like to just see complete destruction and not really getting beat, which is why sometimes it's hard for me to watch Invincible, because he just gets his ass handed to him so many times.
Wait, who are you talking about though that doesn't struggle?
I'm just saying, like, the gods in like these movies, they do struggle. Like Thor struggles in this movie, but I'm just saying like the gods in general are just so much stronger that it's just like fun to watch them because they don't get beat as much. But I did like in this movie how the Dark Elves were, I was thinking throughout the movie, the Dark Elves were a good match for the Asgardians because they're from the Nine Realms. So obviously they're going to give up a fight. And I thought throughout this movie, there were good moments where there were even matches between Thor and some of the Dark Elves.
I agree.
There were times where he was getting beat. I remember you were like, come on, Thor, beat him when he was fighting,
yeah.
when they were on
Yeah.
the
The
planet.
fight scenes were like actually so intense.
Yeah.
They were very fun to watch.
But then there were also moments where he would like hit someone with a hammer or kick them and they would fly through a building like a mile away and crash into a car. That's the stuff that I like.
Yeah.
I love when someone gets hit and they're just gone.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the Thor movies so much.
That's so funny.
Yeah. What is really awesome about this movie is it continues to build upon Thor's character development. And that's what I really like about the Thor movies as well, is we just got done watching the Avengers in Phase 1, but the Thor movies do a really good job of having a complete separate plot because they're on Asgard, so they have different villains, they have different problems, but they do tie ties that need to be tied. Like Loki, they don't forget about him blowing up New York. Jane, they don't forget about her. There's still stuff that's not forgotten.
Yeah, I like that they bring up those little things because it helps you like map it all out together a little bit better in your brain.
Yeah. But then it feels nice because it's a very centered movie around Thor and you just get to watch Thor and build upon him. And that's his character within this movie. We get to see him protecting Jane, maybe gets to see a little bit of a side of his dad that he doesn't really like because as a king, he has to make a decision between his people or this human. And he's obviously like, Jane's a human, like she's gonna die, she's a human, I don't care. And then Thor is kind of like, come on, man, like this is the girl that I love, like of course I'm gonna try and save her, like we have the technology to save her. And so then that's like something new that he learns about his dad as a king. And in the end of the movie, we kind of see him say like, Dad, I don't think I can ever be the person I am right now as a king, so I can't be king right now.
What was the dad's plan to, like, how was he gonna get rid of the girl? Was he gonna wait? Oh, he wanted to wait for the dark elves to attack again.
Yes.
Which, that's so stupid. I actually, like, this also ties into Thor's character development, but him being able to, like, think through a plan, convince Loki to join him, and then take Jane and Loki and get a couple people to help them escape Asgard and then go through a portal into another world wherever they went. That was like big brain moment. I don't know. I was very satisfied watching that. I was like, yes, that's like a good decision. And he's like saving, well, he doesn't even necessarily know if it's going to save Jane, but he knows it's going to save his people.
Yeah. Doesn't know it's going to save Jane. And that surprised me was how much she trusted him. Because technically speaking, she probably would have been safer on Asgard, but there would have been more Asgardian people killed versus.
Do you think she would have been safer on Asgard though? Because when that ship first came through and it deployed all those like mini ships, dude, it tore up the city.
That is true, but I don't know. I just feel like there's so many more guards on Asgard to protect. Whereas Thor just took Loki and Jane to their planet. And it was a very unmatched fight. Thor, it was basically a 1v5.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even say it was more than a 1v5 because that one elf that turns into like Hulk Smash or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He's strong.
Yeah, but I'm disagreeing with you. I think Jane was safer with Thor than on Asgard.
Why though?
Because, dude, the damage that those dark elves did to the city, and they had those like whatever those weapons they had, they were just knocking out guards, like 5 of them in a single swipe.
But there's so many more people
but
to help fight.
It doesn't matter that the elves were outnumbered. They were out-armed. Is that a word I can say?
I have no idea. I feel like what you're saying is making no sense.
The weapons were better for the elves.
Yes, but I mean, like, you could have Thor. It's like Thor could have fought the elves the same way on Asgard, and then the guards could have just been, even though maybe the guards themselves couldn't have killed them, but they could have been an extra distraction. Because you can't just completely turn a blind eye, because one of them could stab you in the back with a spear. They're extra protection.
The Asgard guards?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I guess, but that just seems like he's putting more of his people in trouble.
That's exactly why he took him off planet, but I'm saying there's more protection on Asgard.
For Thor.
For everyone.
Yeah, but Thor doesn't need it, bro. He's got it on lockdown by himself.
But Jane could have used it.
Nah, she had Thor. And she had Loki.
Yeah, but she has more people on Asgard.
Yeah, but they weren't gonna do anything. You guys, someone get this kid. Someone tell him he's wrong.
How am I wrong? What do you mean? You're just trying to gaslight me because you know I'm right.
I don't. With every bone in my body, I think you are wrong.
I agree that Thor should have taken her off world because that means less people die, but she was more protected on Asgard.
Oh, that's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, I can agree with you.
What did you think I was saying?
I thought you were saying it was a better idea for her to be on Asgard. Like, I thought you were saying Thor shouldn't have taken her off of Asgard.
I'm saying protection-wise, she had more protection on Asgard. She even had Odin on Asgard.
Like, yeah, she had more protection.
Okay. Whatever, bro.
Successfully rage baited.
Nah, dude. Okay, what about Frigga?
Who is that, bro?
Thor's mom. Look at it.
Why is it spelled that way?
I don't know.
What about her?
So she, I liked how Thor brought Jane home and introduced her, and she's like, I feel like Odin and Frigga. Why is that her name? But I feel like that's just such a classic dynamic where it's like the dad is he's a hard ass. He's like, well, I don't really care. And then she's just like she's the nice mom who, is going to support her kids no matter what. Like you even see her going to talk to Loki.
Yeah, she always had that soft spot for Loki.
And Loki I liked that scene where Loki was talking about how Odin wasn't his father. And then she goes, so am I not your mother? And
he was like, you're not.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, okay. And then she left. And then he got so mad.
Yeah.
And then when she died, that's when he truly showed his emotions.
He crashed out.
He did crash out.
We can't talk about Loki yet because there's so much to say. I do think we need to talk about Thor's mom first.
Okay. Well,
Thor's mom taking she's literally sacrificed her life for Jane. What an amazing woman. She knew that Thor was in love with him.
Yeah.
She didn't know that girl. I mean, she had known her for we can assume maybe a day.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And she completely sacrificed herself, used her powers to make Jane disappear.
That was sick.
That was so cool.
I didn't actually remember that she's the one who taught Loki all those powers. But that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
But that's where he gets it from, is her. And she completely fights off the Malekith, that dark elf. And he would have been wrapped. He would have been dead. But he got third-partied.
Wait, I can't remember now her fighting him. I wish I could.
Remember when he kind of like walks in and they like have a knife fight and she like gets the knife out of his hand and she has the knife and she like backs him up against the wall and like puts it against his throat.
Oh.
And then the big dude comes in and just third parties.
Okay, so this is my thing with fight scenes. I hate this. People always try to have their moment. They want to get like a one-liner in. You know, like they have him pinned against the wall. They're about to put the knife in and they're trying to say something to have aura.
Yeah.
And then you've wasted so much time. Backup is already in the room. Your ass is being handed to you because, I don't know. It just bothers me. I'm like, why wouldn't you just kill them when you have the chance?
Right. She would have been alive. Well, maybe not, but
Eh,
she could have killed Malekith and probably stopped a lot of what was coming.
yeah.
Um,
But she had to get her one-liner.
she was like, you're never gonna hurt my Thor. You're never gonna hurt Jane, who I just met today, and you're never gonna hurt my Odin. And then she just gets snatched. She has to say all that.
Bro. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Which, I wouldn't say that there was an exponential amount of that in this movie. I just feel like I noticed that in all these Marvel movies where when they have that combat, you know.
Some people say that Marvel's script is a bunch of one-liners combined. Like everything that a character says is just a one-liner.
You know what? I see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hate it?
No.
I don't hate it either.
I love it. I actually love it. Like,
it makes it for, and it's not like corny one-liners.
No.
At least of what we've seen so far. What corny one-liner have we heard?
They can be corny, I think.
Okay, yeah.
I think when they kind of get all up in each other, like I'm thinking in the Avengers movie, there were some moments where people got into each other's faces and
those were the best one-liners though. Those are the most edited one-liners. Like when Tony Stark is
I know
saying,
exactly what you're going to say.
yeah.
I know exactly. The one to Steve Rogers.
Anything special? Yeah, that one. That's the best one-liner.
Yeah. But it's also kind of like, okay, everyone, let's put our egos aside and save the world, you know?
Which they did.
Yeah. Barely. They barely saved the world. That nuke was like literally 3 seconds away from hitting New York, so.
Yeah. Well.
But we're not focusing on the Avengers today.
What do you want to say about Loki?
You know, I really wasn't a fan of Loki until this movie. I kind of like him a little bit more now.
See what I was saying when I was like, why are you calling him the worst?
Yeah.
Someone did call me out though. They were like, you can't say he's the best villain because she doesn't know yet.
Yeah. Which, thank you to whoever said that, because up until this point, Loki hasn't done anything good. He hasn't done any sort of service for anybody in his life. He just seems like an inconvenience and like a prick. So it makes sense why you wouldn't like him leading into any of these movies. But this one, I actually liked how Thor and him were able to kind of like get that brotherhood back and bond a little bit and save Jane. And then I wasn't even, okay, this is weird. I don't know how to feel about it, but at the very end, Thor is like confessing things to Odin and he's like, like I'm just not fit to be the king. I shouldn't rule. Like I can't act the way I act. Like you said, you know, he can't do all the things he does when he is a king. And Odin was like, oh, I have one son who would be a perfect king but doesn't want to, and one son who all he wants to do is be the king, but he shouldn't be the king. And then when Thor walks away, it turns out to be Loki.
Mm-hmm.
So where was Odin? Did something happen to Odin, do you think?
I forgot what happens to him, but yeah, that was Loki. He lies.
He lies.
Thor thinks he's dead again.
Wait. How? Am I missing something? Thor thinks Odin is dead again? Or Loki? Oh, yes.
So this is the second time Thor has seen Loki die. Because the first time he sees him die is when he falls into into the universe from the Bifrost in Thor's first movie.
Wow, that must be so confusing for Thor. He's probably like, dang, this dude can't die. Like, I can't defeat him.
The whole purpose of Thor's character is just to be like one of the saddest stories ever. Is just like he constantly is always just seeing people die.
Yeah.
I mean, so his mom just died, which I don't really know what the purpose of killing her was in this movie, just besides like it builds on his character.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really liked Loki in this movie, and I'm excited for you to see more of him because he does keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like how the brotherly things come back and they do have their banter on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about their mom a little bit, and
they like tricked us. They made it seem like they weren't working together, and then all of a sudden at the last minute, Wait. Oh, yeah. Thor's arm was like cut off.
Yeah.
He was like, Loki, go. And Loki jumps up, saves Jane. And then I was like, wow.
That was awesome.
W, brother.
Yeah. And I think part of his thing deep down, and we kind of see this in this movie, is he just wants to feel like validated and he wants to feel needed. Because like in Thor 1, Odin just kind of took him for granted, was just constantly talking about, Thor needs to do this to become king. Thor needs to not do this, this.
You can see how the resentment was built.
Yeah. And then in this movie, Thor was like, I need your help. And then he was like, okay.
Yeah, he needed to feel needed.
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
Yeah. That's why like he also wanted to take over Earth. It's just because he wants to be a king so bad because people look up to kings and people like feel like they need a king. And so he just wants to feel needed deep down.
Maybe he needs to find a romantic partner.
Yeah. Well, he never finds a romantic partner in the movies. He does have a show, though, that we can watch. The show is like actually one of the best rated Marvel projects ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Maybe we should tap into that.
Yeah. We'll tap into it once we finish everything. But
I thought it was interesting, too, to see like how messed up he looked after his mom died.
Yeah.
When they like showed him sitting in his prison cell.
Yeah, because Thor was like, Loki,
his room
enough.
was torn apart.
Yeah.
His hair, normally his hair is slicked back perfectly, and this time it was all disheveled and greasy looking. You're like, oh my gosh, what happened to Loki?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something about Loki. It's not really a spoiler, but kind of is a spoiler.
No, I don't want to.
It's not a spoiler. It's from the show. It doesn't like...
Okay, then tell me.
It doesn't spoil anything important. But basically something in the show happens and Loki becomes like a massive role in the MCU where people think that he's the strongest character like of all time in the MCU.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see why people would think that right now, even having not seen his show.
Thor is way stronger than him.
But like his powers and stuff, like he literally can't be killed.
He can be killed.
Bro,
that was a clone.
Escaped death like twice.
Yeah.
That was his clone?
Yeah, that we saw die. It was just a clone of him.
So where was he?
Remember when he was walking away?
No.
As that guard? When he got back into the boat thing?
No, I don't remember. I must not have noticed.
That was what died was a clone. It wasn't actually Loki.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he seems so, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. You think Thor is stronger, but I think like I would argue equally matched brothers. Like when they use their powers together, they're a very strong duo.
Yeah. Loki does have like a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
He just like, he hasn't quite figured it out. But okay, I have this next segment sort of is a bunch of criticism from, fans and critics. And I just want to talk about them and we sit here and debate them together.
Okay. Let's
All right.
debate.
So, number 1, Malekith is a boring villain. That dark elf. Do you think he's a boring villain?
Yes.
Why?
Well, the only thing he wanted was that red stuff that was in Jane, right? That was his only motive.
Yeah.
Oh, or wait.
He was trying to align all 9 realms to turn them into darkness. And then he was going to rule all 9 realms.
But honestly, he's not like one of those villains that sticks out to you.
But he's so powerful. He's dangerous.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not boring.
Okay.
And also, when we watched the movie, we didn't have subtitles. I don't know why I said it like that.
Subtitles?
We didn't have subtitles turned on. And so every time this man would start talking, he'd be like...
Yeah, we didn't know what they were saying.
And we'd be like, okay. So maybe that's part of the reason why I don't feel very connected to him. I didn't know what his dialogue was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I wasn't really that connected to him. I don't think he's a boring villain, though. I thought it was a good villain because you found someone who is like matched like strength wise to Thor.
Yeah, I can see that.
And he and the ether was like a very interesting power.
It was interesting. And it was interesting too how at the very start when Jane had touched the ether, like his whole spaceship and army or whatever, they were all in a sleep.
Yeah.
They were like hibernating, like they don't come awake until someone moves the ether.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, the next one. The story is forgettable. Did you think? Why? You just talked about how much you loved this movie. And now you're agreeing with all this stuff? What's forgettable about this story? This story is so important moving forward. Thor's character development. So all the stuff about Loki.
Hold on, let me cook. This might just be a me problem. But I actually just forget these movies. Like, as soon as I watch the next one, I forget the one I watched previously. So right now, all that I'm remembering is Captain America.
Oh my gosh. That's the latest one we watched.
Yeah, I can't remember a lot from this. Actually, no, I disagree. It's not forgettable because as we've been talking, no, wait, retract that.
Yeah.
I forgot like the whole thing about Loki.
Yeah.
And I forgot the people coming in and the Thor's mom like killing that guy or like having the chance to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are forgettable moments, but I would say those are minor details. I wouldn't say the most important parts of the plot are forgettable.
I think the most important plot or the most important parts of this movie are extremely important moving forward. I mean, the building on Thor's character is awesome. Like that shouldn't be forgettable. All the Loki stuff shouldn't be forgettable. But then even at the end of this movie, we see the two people bringing ether to that one guy that you have no idea who is at the end. Mm-hmm. But it's an infinity stone.
I forgot about that.
Okay. So
forgettable. It might just be a me problem.
It's not forgettable. Like, it shouldn't be forgettable, I guess. If it is forgettable, this is my argument to say this shouldn't be a forgettable movie. You should remember these things because these are important things. So
yeah, but just because they're important doesn't mean people are going to remember them. Like, I think the delivery is what makes people remember things.
So you think the delivery of all this stuff was bad?
I literally never said that, and you just
said that the reason why people are forgetting is because the delivery is bad.
I never said
you just think I think maybe people are forgetting it because of the delivery.
No. I said delivery is important for things you want people to remember.
So you're saying that if people are forgetting this, the delivery is bad?
I never said that.
You're implying that.
I'm absolutely not implying that.
Okay, well. Too much Earth/Jane focus. Do you think... You actually told me that you were annoyed with Jane.
Yeah, Jane was... She was so cool in the first movie, like a brainiac, and just seemed super... What is the word I'm looking for? Super interested in Thor and wanted to learn so much more about him. Yeah. I like when people are really smart. I think that's so like fun to watch. Mm-hmm. But in this movie, she was a lot more annoying, kind of like sassy, I feel like.
Really?
Like
with Thor or who?
Well, she came up to someone. I think this is when she was in Asgard. She came up to... Wasn't Thor standing by someone, and she was like, "Oh, this is so and so," and she like slapped him. Who was it? Do you remember who she slapped? I can't remember.
Jane slapped Thor.
No, I know she did that right away when they met.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was like Odin or Loki, maybe.
Oh, it was Loki.
Was it Loki?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, she just walks up to a freaking god
and slaps him.
Because are you dumb?
Because what he did in New York. That's why she did that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like it. I didn't like her attitude. But honestly, she's like one of the prettiest girls in the MCU.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is she your favorite love interest?
No, not at all.
Oh, really?
I just think she's like super pretty, but
Yeah.
no. Their relationship isn't my favorite.
Pepper and Iron Man is yours.
I love me some Pepper and Iron Man. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorites.
Fair. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the Jane part because I mean it brings Thor back to Earth.
Did you enjoy looking at Jane?
No, I didn't care for looking at Jane. I just cared about Thor.
Did you enjoy looking at Thor?
Yeah. Did you when he was washing himself? I was like, don't get too excited with that scene. You remember that scene now?
I do remember that.
Did you forget about that one?
No.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I liked watching Thor in this movie.
Come on, son. But I thought it was very enjoyable when Thor brought her to Asgard. I thought that was very awesome because for 2 years, because they said it was 2 years since Thor had left, and she hasn't like seen any part of her life or his life, but he's seen so much of her life, and then he brings her to Asgard, and she's like, "Wow, this is amazing." I thought that was super cool.
But he probably never would have brought her if she hadn't ever touched the ether. Like, when would he have came back?
Probably never, which is why this is so important.
You're right.
And he probably would have became king, and he wouldn't have really cared for humans, and he wouldn't have cared for Earth. So
if she had never touched the ether?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
He probably would have become king.
Yeah, you're probably
So,
right.
Very good, very good. All right, that's all I have to say about it. What's your rating on this?
It's an unrateable movie.
Why?
I'm just kidding. I think this movie is a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
It's above average, but not too much above average. And I know I just said so many things that I thought were wrong about this movie, but you guys, I really did enjoy this movie.
I need to I can't remember what I gave Thor 1, but I need to be higher than Thor 1 because I think this movie is better than Thor 1.
Better?
So much better.
I agree. I gave Thor 1 a 6 out of 10, I believe. And so this one having a 7 out of 10 is... I
think
like that.
I think I probably gave it like an 8. I'll give this movie like 8.7 out of 10. Maybe 8.5.
Solid.
Yeah. Okay. There it is, guys. There's our Thor: The Dark World review. Is this movie overhated or is it perfectly rated? 32nd among 37 in MCU movies, which I think is pretty crazy.
That's pretty bad.
I think there's some movies that deserve that ranking more, but I guess we'll see. I mean, after rewatch, my eyes have been opened way more. But yeah, please let us know down in the comments what you thought about our review. Are we idiots or are we smart? I think we're pretty smart, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure people will have something to say about that.
Yeah, people always got something to say. Come on. Yeah. Anyway, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe so you got more content. Have a bell for notifications so you can get more content from us. Yeah.
And we love you.
Sure. Thank you guys for watching and
see you guys next time.